Well, while Hugh's just rolling a cigarette, this seems like a good time to give a content warning for this particular project. There may be some effing and jeffing, some coarse language that the young ones might not want to hear.
Hey, Rob, they just like old friends. Yeah, old friends never tasted this good. I heard that.
Get your hands off him. That's my dog.
Hey dog.
Introducing episode
15.
15. I was convinced it was 16.
You wish.
Episode 15. Theo, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Not a bad watch today. Actually,
You seem like you're thoroughly enjoying yourself.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. There are one or two bits I noticed.
I would like to see you thoroughly enjoying yourself then, if that wasn't it. Yeah, go on, sorry I interrupted.
One or two bits I noticed about the films today that I hadn't clocked before.
Well, you did say them earlier, but I've completely forgotten.
The only one worth talking about is the one with at the party scene. They're all getting going, and the whole time you can see Sweet Lou in the background just chatting to that girl he was pulling on the sofa.
Yeah.
Next to Brian Summer and Chaz Shetler.
I think it's Shetler.
Yeah. That's my new observation for this watching. Just a little cheeky something. He's just chilling in the background and literally takes two steps over to join the dance. I never thought it before. And then the girl, throughout the dance, she's like super into it. When Sweet Lou comes on, she's about to do a special, she's driving her hands down like her belly towards her pelvis. She's like just making it super sensual.
Wouldn't you be if Sweet Lou had just pulled you and then
started to just join around and dance? That's the cool guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he can dance.
I was not enamoured with this watch today. I wasn't completely.
It's not as bad as some watches.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. I think I was just zoning in and out a lot. I broke my own rule, man. I went number 2 on the bus today. No, I was on my phone quite a lot, just zoning in and out.
It's not good.
No, I still watched it.
Yeah, we were still there.
I was there, man.
Yeah.
But just, I wasn't that into it today. Just pretty tired. Not for any particular reason, but that's how it goes sometimes. I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
Now that we've watched it 15 times, Theo, what do you think now? I will ask you again towards the end as well.
Yeah. We're about halfway through.
Yeah. So I'll ask, I guess, when we wrap this all up, which is episode 15. Thank you very much. Of the 8% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah.
I still think that's damn harsh, man.
Yeah, I think that's unfair. I still stand by it being like a worthwhile movie.
Yeah.
It should have done better. It kind of felt like, if you look back, the stars were almost aligned. You know, it's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, one of the best Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
Was fresh out. Skateboarding was a big thing, even among non-skateboarders. But I think the thing about this film is everyone I know who've seen it are also pretty big skateboarders.
Yeah, it's
so people that were skating like well into their teens and their 20s watched it in like early teens, like we did back in the day.
Damn straight. I was thinking that as well. I mean, I know it's not a great piece of cinema. I still love the film. Don't get me wrong.
It's not a bad piece of cinema. It's not great. It's just it's pretty easygoing comedy. You know, I've seen it worse.
Exactly, I've seen far worse that has done way better. It just doesn't. It's unfair. I think not unfair. It's unfair. It's not cool, man.
I don't know. It seems like something was missing, and I can't quite figure out what that something was. So as I said, like it should have been a pretty solid release. You know, it should have done very well.
Yeah.
Considering, but it seemed like the proper skaters were the ones who took notice, particularly from the people that I know who've seen it.
What do you think was missing to not make it a film?
I have no idea. Hudson. Do you think I'd be doing this podcast if I had that kind of idea?
I think I'd be sitting here right now, just having watched Grind for the 15th time.
What do you think?
If I was a professional director, goddammit.
Still on lockdown, so probably.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to know what the missing... Well, that's it, isn't it? We should read the reviews and see what the... I am doing quotation marks here. Professionals have to say.
We should.
Yeah, we should get on that.
Because we've done all
soon.
this thus far with some light kind of background reading on some of the characters.
You know, as much as we can find, man, it's...
Really? I haven't looked.
I've
very
looked.
Deep.
Oh, I've looked.
Fair
When I say I've looked, I did a Google search and went through a couple of pages, and there's nothing to be found. There's no sort of background info to be found. We've discussed before, like any sort of presence on Facebook.
All the films that I want, all the things in the film I want to know about. No one's talking about. No one's discussing the film online. It's like all these little things that a good old Reddit thread would have.
Do you think we just missed that though by being 17 years too late?
Yeah, almost definitely. That's a good point.
And I think of it maybe because it again came out in 2003. Not sure if the listeners knew that.
The 2003 skateboard epic grind. It's the film that we're watching every day.
I guess I don't really know what the internet was like then. It wasn't like a big deal, was it?
I was 11, so I interneted here and there.
But
you
did.
YouTube,
You did.
YouTube wasn't the thing.
GaylordProductions.com.
Had to buy the domain off you, baby.
Yeah. So that's where all that money came from when you were 11. Theo was sitting in his room. So I thought you picked up this editing lark pretty quickly. Turns out you've been doing it for 16 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, in the news today...
I took the E off my Gaylord Productions.
Oh, a little give the people what they want, Theo. A little comedy. God damn it.
Tell a joke, fatty.
Too much pie, that's your problem. I bet you never turn down pie. Give the people what they want, and that is iTunes. No, that's not what it is. It's Apple Podcasts. What's going on with that?
So, I've submitted our first podcast for review on Apple Podcasts.
Sick.
So it should be dropping anytime soon on Apple. You
I'm
get it
so
on iTunes,
excited
you can
about
download the episode and listen to it.
I'm so excited
In
about
fact,
that.
whenever you want, offline, you're on a plane, you can listen to us suckers
Yeah.
talking jive about the grind.
On a train, going through a tunnel, you can listen to us. In a car? With no internet connection.
I'm leaving you here.
You can listen to... Theo, come back! No, I'm just fucking around. Can I just say something about iTunes? Are we allowed to go down this route of just chit-chatting? Have you heard about the new thing they were doing? Where basically you can't just...
Upload any shit you want to an Apple Podcast.
You can't just like have your music on there, and they're phasing it all out. So you have so you have to subscribe to Apple Music. Have you heard about all that?
No.
That was something I heard last year. I'm not sure if they're still going ahead with that. I thought that was bullshit though.
It sounds like bullshit. Well, it is bullshit. Sounds pretty legit. That would suck, because I've got so much music and various old school iPods.
Well, what the hell just happened to... This is something you own.
Yeah, this is my goddamn file on my computer. I'd like to play it, please, Apple.
Yeah, exactly. Or even I have a physical copy of this CD. Just let me store it.
It easily sounds like something that could be rumours, you know?
Yeah, I did hear this a while ago from a reputable source.
That would be a real fuckerage if Apple went and dropped that.
Yeah. Any news on a mic? Have you been searching?
All the half-decent mics that we're looking at had like a month plus delivery time.
Oh damn, is that because of the lockdown, or they're coming from overseas or something?
I have no idea. I think Amazon has like prioritised...
Or there's two dickheads across 1 million households trying to do a podcast.
They're like, I'll get the best mic I can.
All the mics are sold out.
Yeah, apart from the shittest ones that don't even work, so you have to return them.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Rolling with the punches though.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. All these punches I've had, watching the same film 15 times, and not really going out.
That and not getting your...
I order one thing of Amazon, get slapped in the nuts for it.
Yeah. I wonder what the screening process for uploading a podcast is. Do you think someone actually has to listen to it, or...?
I somehow doubt that.
Mm.
Maybe Apple has their stuff together slightly more than YouTube, or they're just dealing with less volume than YouTube of people just uploading shit.
Yeah.
But I marked the podcast as explicit content.
Oh, okay, right.
It's only 20 minutes, so I wouldn't take that long for someone to listen to it. And episode 1 is the same as fucking episode 15, so I wouldn't even worry about it, mate.
Listen to episode 1 and get hooked. That would be our first.
Yeah, until about episode 13 where things really start to falter and you're like, ooh, should I stick with them?
Holy shit.
Hope you're still here.
What the hell are they doing in episode 11?
We don't even know what we're doing in episode 11.
I can't wait to hear it. In like,
I mean, in the timeline, in our timeline of things, I'm editing episode 8 at the moment.
what's the date? It is the 7th of April, yeah. Episode 8.
So I'm editing at the moment, ready to drop a couple more this week. No, what day is it? One more this week.
Yeah, nice. What day are we going for? Thursday?
I think so.
Maybe drop a cheeky one on Sunday as well. Cheeky little 3-weeker.
I was going to do it on Saturday or something anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's Saturday's my main editing day, so I'm always going to have one ready on Saturday at least. Until it gets to episode 15 and I'm not doing that, then you won't hear this, because this will be cut.
Cut. Your cut. And your cut, Theo. Leave the iPad on your way out.
Alright, the rest of the... That's all you, Hudson.
Or me. Stop me if we've spoken about this before. I've forgotten his name, the dude that owns the skate shop in Chicago.
Greg.
Have we spoken...
Chicago. Yeah, Greg.
Yeah, Greg. Well, Chicago. Quotations. Have we talked about how he flips like a little punk at the end of the film when Eric becomes pro?
I mean, kind of. Not directly him being like...
Yeah.
Bam was allusion until he got sponsored. Just like you did.
Yeah. I don't know, if you turn pro, would you go back to that shop when he's been treating you like a dick for years?
He's also been putting up with your nonsense for years, isn't he?
Yeah.
Coming in every day, not spending any money.
Money
We all
spent
know.
is good.
Money spending's good. Ryan Checkless shuts him down as well, apparently. Doesn't seem like he's doing much better. It's more impressive, I suppose, since he is 12.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually seem to be doing any better skateboarding than
I don't know, I think
Brian Patch.
the way it's edited, just because his bit is one long bit of him, and he is doing some sick stuff for a 12-year-old, I think it does come across in the film as he's doing a much better job. Well, not much better job, it's just the kids like...
It seems to me that, I might be wrong, but I think Brian Patch throws down like a front feeble down the rail,
Oh, okay.
which is far better than anything Ryan Sheckler does.
Was you a couple of boards sliders?
Yeah, front board, 50-50, 5-0, cheeky kickflip 5-0 on the box, but it's nothing like spectacular compared to the stuff you've seen Eric do. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like, the crowd's unfair there. They're supporting this random fucking little kid. Fucking Ryan Sheckler. He lied about the backside flip down a Toro. Fuck that guy.
What do you mean? Tell me. Fill me in. What are you talking about?
Do you know a Toro?
No.
You've seen El Toro from old skateboard films. It's like a 20 set on some like US.
The one that Bastien Salabanzi. That one?
No,
that
no,
massive
that's
set?
in France. That's in Lyon, I think.
Right, okay.
It's like 25. That's massive.
That was a huge... And does he just ollie down that? Which is
He
enough.
tries.
Which
He
is
tries,
enough.
man. It's a few attempts. The closest he gets is he just like lands on the tail, snaps back off his board off, and just like flip. Sorry, sick video. Watch it.
Yeah, probably my favourite skate.
That was my first skate video, man. That was brilliant.
Back in the day, that was the one. We should watch that, man.
Yeah,
Series 2.
It's
The Daily
great.
Grind.
Honestly, it's a great soundtrack. It's sick skateboarding. Not much to talk about.
No, tell me, go back to this Ryan Sheckler thing that he lied about.
Oh, so El Toro is like some big 20 set in the States.
I'm sure, I'd reckon.
And Dave Brzezinski is the first guy to kickflip it.
Nice.
I just saw on Instagram Chris Jocelyn tray flipped it. Bear in mind, fucking Brzezinski kickflipped it back in like 2007 or like 2010 or something, like around that time. And I think Chris Jocelyn's the first guy to tray flip it.
Nice.
A couple of years ago, I think there was some footage of like a few attempts from Ryan Sheckler trying to backside flip it, and he said that he did, and he was going to drop it, and then he never did. And
Because
got
he
called
lied.
out. Yeah, because he never did it. So they showed some attempts. He said he had it in this video, and it never showed up in this video, and he tried to downplay it. And
Why would you lie?
I reckon my fan theory on this one is he thought he could get it, and he thought he was like, yeah, I've done it. That would give him the motivation to actually fucking go out and do it. And maybe he tried a few more times, maybe he slammed too hard. Because it's gnarly set. It is no joke.
I don't know, it's just, I see your point about him thinking he can have it. I don't know, just don't say you've got it until...
I don't know, man. It's just trying to stay fresh. Like, yeah, I don't agree. Obviously, I think, no, don't say you have it. But no one would have known if he said he'd had it, and then he did it.
I I suppose you're right, man. I suppose you're right.
If it gave him the motivation to actually do it, then fair enough. And no one would ever know, but it didn't work out for him. Plus, Ryan Sheckler's one of those classic characters you just love to hate. It's like, oh, this kid who's been a pro since he was like 10 years old. And just fucking had it all.
That's what I was gonna...
He had his own fucking TV show on MTV.
I think I have memories...
Fuck that guy.
I think... Dude, he might be listening to this podcast crying his fucking eyes out. You need to reel it in, Theo. We love you, Ryan Sheckler. No, cut.
50% of this podcast.
He was sponsored when he was like 12, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he skated for World Industries.
Yeah.
Since he was like 11 or 12 or something. 10, 11.
That's crazy. Check the time. 5 minutes. No, we should hit up this review thing. Theo, maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, we need to run in the show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay. Busy day at work tomorrow.
But yeah, tomorrow.
It doesn't have to be tomorrow.
We'll just watch the film after dinner. We won't do a little pre-watch.
Yeah, that made the film feel longer today, didn't it?
No, well, last time we did it, we actually held up like half the film before we had our break, which helped loads.
What did we do?
This time it felt like we did. It was like just after the Wigger guys are like, yo, I know you saw that front cover, baby. Watch out, son.
Yeah.
Just after that is when we paused. Or just after their beef. Their little to and fro.
Mm.
Grill? Is there some kind of barbecue lady? Which is maybe 15, 20 minutes into the film. It's not enough into it to make it worth doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god, we're only here.
Yeah. That was my bright idea. Get a little watch in before supper.
No, and it's great if you can get a good chunk down.
Yeah.
Like last time we got past the motel scene, didn't we?
I can see that becoming our routine though, because I was the one messing around today. I was like, oh yeah, let's go watch it. Then I was like, nah. Then I was like, oh actually, yeah, let's watch some.
Yeah, we got lives to live, people. We're doing it. We're still doing it. We've committed to at least 31 days.
I don't think they'll mind whether we watch it in one sitting or 10.
I don't think their opinion does not concern me. How I'm going to watch this film. This film will be consumed at least once in a 24-hour space.
Yes.
In parts
sometimes
or as a whole.
twice in a 24-hour space.
Depends how you break up those 24 hours.
Yeah.
Shut up, Hudson.
Are we going to do a super early morning? Are we going to switch up
Yeah.
any of the watch times?
Oh, what, like 7 a.m?
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Oh, maybe not. I'm like a weekday, get up really early, watch grind, get it out the way for the day.
I wake up at like 5, watch it, do the podcast, and then
It's done, you know.
go to work.
Yeah. How rad does that sound?
Pretty fucking tubular, dude.
Tubular. Pretty tubular, man. So, Theo.
Yeah.
If you were a character in Grind, which one would you be? Don't say what I think you're going to say.
I'd like to be Sweet Lou.
Wouldn't we all?
But it's just not going to happen. Quite frankly, I feel like I probably align closest with Dustin, except I have no real urge to go to uni, or college, as they call it.
Or skate. No, I'm joking.
Bitch, please. Show me your fucking tray flip, Hudson.
Well, about that, my board's broken.
I don't think I'm really like Matt at all.
You don't think what?
I'm like Matt at all. And Eric, I don't know, I'm not really much of a leader, I'd say. I can be a narcissistic dick, much as anyone else can be.
Mm-hmm.
That sums up Eric's character pretty well.
Don't push me!
Some kind of wacky mix between Dustin and Eric.
Wow, man, that was nice. That was deep. I was just expecting you to be like, right, my demon sword, bitches. Oh, shut up. Thank God we're not doing a live stream. That was gnarly.
Yeah.
That was so gnarly.
Hudson caught me by surprise there. That was a bit of a booger action.
Bit of a snot rocket going on.
There's one thing I can say about this podcast, is it makes me laugh.
Makes you laugh, good. Makes me laugh. Oh, I want to say something there. Maybe I should just wait for it, because it will happen.
Oh, I've hit puberty.
So, yeah, big news
It will
today.
happen.
Big news today. I got my first pube. Maybe it has happened since me bringing this up. I'll remind you again anyway when it does happen.
Word up. What's up, Hudson? You got something in your chest, you need to get it off. Oh, it's a bra.
Ride my fingerboard, bitch.
Just as you around with a demon sword.
Our first video's on 92 views, man. I'm gonna be so hyped when that hits 100.
Hundo.
Imagine if it sits on 99 for the rest of the internet.
With a 6% retention rate, bitches.
I don't care about retention rate.
That's the important thing.
I care about ad revenue. So
Which we don't have.
Which I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor.
I think we need
Tony Hawk.
a certain thousand number of subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time or something before we can start getting AdSense money.
What the fuck?
So like and subscribe.
4,000 hours of watch time.
Yeah, we were on I think we're almost at 100.
Booyah!
Almost got 100 hours of people's attention.
Seriously, awesome, man.
I mean,
I know that
Christy did a lot of the heavy lifting for that. I think as a percentage, probably about 40. But
What, because of the beat?
the beat.
Yeah. Still, man, 100 hours. I'm happy with that. I know this is low numbers, but sitting in the garage with your iPad.
The people that we do have listening are the dedicated listeners.
Yeah, the pros, the people in the film.
Oh yeah, man, they fucking love it. Can't get enough. Casey Descala's just like, please break down my film more. Tell me how I shitted it up and where I went wrong with all the content heroes. Even more, please. Did you not hear how hard I tried it with the casting?
We still love you, Casey. Follow me back on Instagram.
Yeah, man, it's a great film.
Wham bam in the hospital van.